Welcome, David here. I'm using some new software and the sound is fantastic. Do you know what it is? It's day 16 for Smart Money Challenge. And let's get going. Yes, I decided to do a challenge. I decided to do 122 days worth of videos educating on blockchain and cryptocurrency. So, always what I try and teach people is to have a look at CoinMarketCap, because you could see all the trending cryptocurrencies. You can see the top 8,000 coins in coinmarketcap.com. And at the moment, you can see here are all the top cryptocurrencies. So I like to just have a look every day, come to coinmarketcap.com and just have a look what's around, right? So we are doing episode 16 today of Smart Money. And let's have a look to see what Bitcoin at today's date is the 15th of September, and we're looking at $114,000. And I always get people to just go and do some research. If they're not familiar with cryptocurrency, they can always, let me just move my picture out the way there. They can always have a look at the graph, and they can always go to the all-time graph, which is amazing to look. So if you just went back 10 years ago, right? So you can go all the way back to 10 years ago. So what that would be 2015. Look what the price of Bitcoin was 2015. $249. And now it's 114,000, right? For one coin. So I want to talk about DeFi today. And I went to ChatGPT, and this is really, really powerful, right? So what did I ask ChatGPT? I said, explain the benefits of DeFi. So let's have a read together. So DeFi, decentralized finance, is one of the fastest growing areas in blockchain, instead of relying on banks, brokers, and other intermediaries. Now that's important, right? Because DeFi is like decentralized. It's not owned by governments, regulators. It's basically community, right? And there's no middleman. So this is super, super important to know. So DeFi uses smart contracts, which is code, okay, on blockchains, mainly Ethereum, but newer chains like BNB chain, and a chain that I'm going to promote, which is, if I go back to CoinMarketCap and I do a search here, it's called Apertum. This is Apertum blockchain, and this is the chain that I am going to be promoting, okay? Because I believe that this chain's got a lot of potential, and for DeFi as well. Okay, so let's go back to the definition. Yeah. So DeFi uses smart contracts, which is code. And we've got DeFi on our blockchain, which is called Apertum. And here are the benefits of DeFi. Let's have a read together. So benefits, accessibility and inclusion. Anyone with an internet connection and a crypto wallet can participate. No need for a bank account or credit check. How cool is that? I use MetaMask. It's quite easy to download MetaMask. You could just Google MetaMask and you can download it. And opens finance to unbanked and underbanked worldwide. So, anybody can do DeFi. More benefits. Let's have a look. Control ownership. You keep full control of your assets. It's in your own wallet, meaning you own the money. It's not like you're giving it to a bank. It's in your wallet. Transparency. It's public blockchain, so you can see everything, can be audited in real time, which is important. No hidden fees, balance sheets, manipulation, or backroom deals. Efficiency and speed. Transfers, loans, or trades can happen in minutes, right? Without waiting for banks to open. Cross-border payments, much faster, cheaper. Earning opportunities, yield farming, staking, liquidity pools, which I'm going to show you. Let's users earn interest or rewards on their assets. Rates can often be higher than traditional banking, right? That's key, right? So we'll have a look at that. Innovation and composability. DeFi apps like Legos can combine protocols, lending, trading to build new financial products. Constantly evolving space, new opportunities emerging, which I'm going to show you. Lower cost, no need for intermediaries, banks, as I said. You in control, which cuts down fees. Smart contracts, which is code, which it's automate processes and normally require expensive middlemen. Automated, right? Global markets, DeFi is borderless. You can trade, lend, borrow with anybody in the world without restrictions. It gives retail investors access to markets which that were only once for institutions. So it's massive, right? That's key. Gives retail investors access to markets that were once only for institutions. Yes, there are risks and there are scams, but I'm showing you a project that's legit. If you go to this project here, this project is already ranked 446 out of 9,470 coins on CoinMarketCap. We've already got a profile score of 92. We've got a community sentiment of 84%. So very, very bullish on this coin. So what I'm trying to get people to do is bag this coin, because what's the potential? It's only $1.38, right? And it's only, 9 months old. You can scroll down here and you can read that the coin only launched in February 2025, like 8 months old. So huge potential. So that's what I wanted to share about is DeFi. So this is the platform that you can register. It's a DAO1 account. In my links below, you can get directions on how to register account. It's super, super easy. Just click on the links and just follow them step by step, and then you can get yourself an account as well. And what I want to really focus on is the DeFi that we've just spoken about. So we can go on a DEX, which just means it's a decentralized exchange, meaning that it is not owned by any governments, banks, and you have much more freedom, right? And you're in control of your funds. So in here, you've got tokens, and I'm going to look at the pair, the Pertum and USDT pair. This is where you can put a liquidity in. At the moment, it's got about 1.5 million. It's had a 24-hour volume of over 200,000, and transactions, it's already had 3,288. And look what the actual yearly fees are if you put liquidity into this pool. Now that's huge, right? 33%. It does vary because more transactions, more fees, right? I have seen it as high as over 100%, and I have seen it as low as 10%. So it varies, I'd say, between 20 and 30% in that range, which is awesome. Okay, so that's one benefit which I wanted to share with you through our project Apertum, that you can tap into this DeFi liquidity pool. Okay, next thing what I wanted to talk about is dollar cost averaging. So I went to ChatGPT and I said benefits of dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin 5 years ago, right? So imagine 5 years ago you put in an investment into Bitcoin. So let's have a look here. Dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin over the last 5 years has had some big benefits, both financially and psychologically. Let me break it down for you. Strong returns despite volatility. If you had invested a fixed amount of $100 weekly or monthly into BTC over the last 5 years, you would have bought during highs and lows, including the crash in 2022. Because BTC's long-term trend has been upward, your average entry price would have been far lower than someone who tried to time the market. Example, starting in September 2020, BTC was 10K, and continuing to September 2025 over a 5-year period, BTC was plus minus 60K. Your dollar cost averaging portfolio would have given you grown massively, even if you bought through the 2021 peak and the 2022 bear market, right? So what does it do? It reduces emotional stress. Instead of stressing about buying at a perfect time, dollar cost averaging lets you stick to a plan. You avoid panic selling in downturns because you are buying. And FOMO, buying at peaks, because your buys are consistent. So it smooths out volatility. Bitcoin has swings between minus 70% and plus 600%. Within this period. By averaging in, you spread the risk and don't get wrecked by putting in lump sums, right before a crash. Your average buy price ends up much more stable than the spot market trading. So super important, right? So back tested performance, like if you did it for 5 years, if you invested $100 every week for 5 years, that's 260 weeks, a total of 26,000 invested. Your BTC holdings today would likely be worth 90K to 120K, depending on the current BTC fluctuation. So roughly a 3 to 4x return. Right, so you see the power in dollar cost averaging, right? by a little bit over a long period of time. And you could go into CoinMarketCap and you could dollar cost average this coin, the Pertum coin, or you could even go and dollar cost average one of the top 10. Bitcoin, for instance, Ethereum, XRP, right? And dollar cost averaging the coin I'm promoting. Why? Because it's at the moment it's only $1. What is it? Let's have a look here. It's at $1.38. Dollar cost average this, right? This coin. Next, I'm going to show you something really cool as well in the DEX. So you can actually swap some of your USDT. So if you've got USDT, you can get it from MetaMask. Just send your USDT to MetaMask, and you can buy and you can swap it for Pertum tokens, right? So bag more Pertums that way. Dollar cost averaging, swapping USDT for Pertum. Keep dollar cost averaging into that. Dollar cost average, as I said, into the liquidity pool. Liquidity pool providers earn 0.03% fee on all trades, proportional to their share of the pool. So very, very powerful, right? So add that. And then we've got something here also called a trade bot. Okay. Now, this is a trade bot. All it does is it buys low when the market's low and sells high. No emotion. It does it all for you. Okay. So there's three things that I've just explained here very powerfully. DeFi, go into a liquidity pool. Swap USDT for Pertum, bagging more Pertum. Let a trade bot trade the market on the Pertum coin and bag more Pertums because it buys low, sells high. So you've got three solid wealth principles right there. So let's go back quickly to it's so easy. You just select the pair Pertum and wrapped USDT. You manage, you add some liquidity into the pool, and now you're tapping into these fees of, at the moment, 33%, right? So I think that's enough for today. This is episode 16 out of Smart Money, and I'll be back tomorrow for episode 17 out of 122. Have a fantastic day and see you soon. Bye-bye.